Hi everyone, my name is Avery. If you're new here, I make videos about personal finance and budgeting. So if that's something you enjoy and like to watch, feel free to subscribe. Otherwise, thanks for checking out my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be budgeting my final paycheck of 2022. A few things I want to mention before going into this video is that for this paycheck, I do have two jobs. I work a full-time job and I work at a restaurant. And I also will be budgeting some money that you see up here, 105.14, that I was able to find in my budget through reducing some overfunding in some categories. So let's get into the video. First thing we're going to do is talk about my full-time job income. I did work some overtime this last paycheck, so I will be getting paid out for that. I normally make $11.60 a paycheck, but I'm going to be making $13.34.40, so that's quite exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and enter that now. And then going over to my credit union account, I do get paid from the restaurant as well. I actually finally worked all of my shifts that I'm technically supposed to work. I didn't take any time off. So with that being said, I do have a higher paycheck for this week. It's going to be $267.86, so that's also exciting. So going to the main part of the budget, I have $1,707.40. If we take out the 105 I already had just lying around in my budget that I'm going to reassign in this video, I made about $1,600 this final paycheck. I like to combine these two paychecks on my budget since I get paid at the same time. So I am really excited about that. I do have a lot of goals I probably want to put this money towards, and it'll be great to actually have some money to do so. It's about, if you watch some of my previous budgeting videos, this is about $300, I think, dollars more than I normally have to budget. So I should be able to do some great things with it. So as you can tell, since we're already towards the end of February, I have nothing left to fund in February. So all of my bills are covered. That's what I like to do with my paychecks. I like to budget a month ahead. So let's go ahead and go into, not March, let's go into April. And we're going to go to my rent category. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I always start off with the rent. I think it's always good to have the habit of putting money aside for rent, and I'm a little more ahead in my rent category than I am in my other monthly categories. So for $1,650, put that in there. My April rent is now covered, so the rent that comes out on April 1st is completely covered. If it came out tomorrow, I'd have the money for it. So that is quite nice to have. And then let's go back into February. I do this a bit weirdly, but I have a rent holding category. I've mentioned this in previous videos, but it's just to, when my lease renews, I will just have a little extra money to hopefully cushion the blow of whatever the rental increase will be. I'm kind of worried about the rental market in my city. Like many places in the United States right now, it is a bit crazy, so we will see what happens. But hopefully, since I'm being proactive about this, it won't be too bad for me. And plus, this building's really old, so I would be kind of annoyed if they increase it a lot, but I wouldn't put it past them. So $33.50 going into there for now. So I have $201 in my rent holding category. My lease renews in July. And the reason why I put $33.50 in there is because if you add that together with the $416.50 I put into my April rent, it comes out to $450. So $450 is being set aside for rent from each paycheck for total. Yes, so now I have $1257.40 left to budget. And since February is covered, let's go into March. I am underfunded by $507.96 for my monthly categories, so let me hide the housing category and check utilities. Everything's covered. Let's check transportation. Yep. Food is probably not. Okay, so groceries and dining out. I am budgeting $170 for groceries, and I'm budgeting $115 for dining out. I normally budget $125, but I'm trying to see for March if I can just decrease what I'm spending on my dining out slightly. So I'm gonna go ahead and give that a try. So let's go ahead and fund that. There we go. Let's go into health and fitness. Everything's covered. Subscriptions covered. Sinking funds. Okay. So Christmas, I'm saving $700 for Christmas by December 1st. So I need to put $57.96 in there to stay on track. And stuff I forgot to budget for, I like to budget $15 for that. So I budget for things I forget. So far, I actually I've been using YNAB since September of 2021, and I haven't had to use this category too much. I think that's a good thing. So hopefully I can keep doing that, but for now, I like to put $15 in there. So let's fund those categories. There we go. I am underfunded by $150. I wonder what this is. I kind of have a feeling this is probably my Roth IRA. Yep. Let's fund that $125, and probably fun category. I put at least $25 towards fun, although I know this is gonna probably drive me insane when I do this. Is at $99.53, so we'll see if I bump it up to $100. I might not, because I do owe my friend some money for some concert tickets, so I'm going to pay him for. So that'll just come out of my fund money for February. So that means it would not be almost $100 once I pay him tomorrow. So we have $749.44. I have a general idea on what I want to do with this. Let's check. So March is completely covered. So I have, as far as my monthly categories I set up, I have covered everything for March. So that's quite nice to know. That way I'm going into March and I already have all the money in my bank account that I need to cover my projected March expenses. If we go back into April, let's open up the categories and look at them a little more. I'm underfunded by $1,228.85. I want to get that down to at least $1,000. So let's open up the categories all together. Well, let's keep the student loans. Let's keep the student loans closed for now. But let's see what we can cover. So let's do renter's insurance. Let's edit electric. Actually, I'm trying a new thing with my electric money. I have been letting the money roll over from month to month, but now that I've been at this place for a little longer and we're coming into the tail end of winter, I actually have an idea on what my average utility expenses will be. So I don't think I need to save all this extra money in that category. And I did the same thing for gas. That way, that's where I got the $105 at the beginning of the video. But I do want to bump this up just slightly. It's not that I don't want any cushion room. I just don't want... I'm trying to give every dollar a purposeful job. And if I'm keeping money in categories that don't need it, I just think I can reallocate that towards things that would make more sense for me and my finances. So let's up it to $50. So we're at $12.38 actually. So let's do renter's insurance. Let's do laundry, electric, gas, internet. So all of these like standard monthly expenses that I know will come out every month regardless. $37.13. Okay, let's stop there. $245.75. So let's fund that. And I'm still underfunded by $993.10. I have 2 paychecks that'll come in March, so should be fine on that front. So let's stop for now and just double check everything here. Transportation is another category where I think I just overfund, and I think I'm going to spend more than I normally do, and I just don't drive around that much. I will have to go into the office again soon for my full-time job, but I still think I'm just going to take the bus there. I live on the bus line and it'd be way cheaper to take the bus. then it would be driving my car there and paying for parking, because my job does not cover parking and it's really expensive. So it's going back into the office. I like to think of it as a pay cut, so I'm trying to minimize the pay decrease I get from their decision. But just an idea there. Even with, like, if I take into account my, like, bus pass expenses, I don't think I need to have this much extra money rolling over from month to month, because yeah, I'll keep it there for now and just reevaluate at the end of March. So let's go back into February. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that I'm trying to build up my emergency fund category. So I have about $1,200 in there if we go into March. Sorry, I make it kind of confusing, but I have $1,200 in there overall. How much money do I want to add? Is the question. I want to add at least 150 maybe? Let's do 100 for a second. And because something else I want to do before I forget is, I think since my gym membership is supposed to be canceling soon at the end of this month, and I should not be charged for March. We'll see if they follow through on that. I want to get back into yoga, and there is a place down the street from where I live where they have an introductory offer of $30 for 30 days of unlimited yoga. So I think I might take advantage of that and try that out in March when I come back from my trip to Austin. So I want to set aside some money for that. And since I have some extra money from this paycheck, I think it'll be great. So I said it was $30. We're going to put $35 just in case they have taxes. I don't think I've been to a yoga studio that's charged me taxes like that, but just in case they do, we have the money there. So did that. We put money in the emergency fund. Let's see how close we are to $1,500. Not as close as I want to be. That's okay though. I do want to put some money towards my student loans. So if we go into the student loan category, let me hide some of these other things just to make it easier to look at. Taking a look at my student loans. So at the top, this is just a category that just literally just says what my current balance is if I applied the money that I had in here. And honestly, it's not even accurate because I should have some more money in here than this. I think I have, let's see if it'll do it. I don't know if it does. Yeah, so $2145.94. So I probably should update this. I don't know the math on the top of my head though. Give me 1 second. Let me just pull this up on my phone. So basically what I'm doing with this top line category is I'm just recognizing that if I made a payment tomorrow during the 0% interest period, this is what the remaining balance would be. So it's nice that it'd be under 20,000. I think that math is right. Don't quote me on it. Which would be very nice. And then underneath it, I actually have where the money is sitting. So as you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 student loans. So, and they're all pretty small balances, except of course the largest one is over $6,000, and more excitingly, it has the highest interest rate. Yay! So I do want to tackle that one. But since they're all pretty similar balances, other than that, about $1,000 to $3,000, it doesn't really matter that much in my opinion. I'll have these paid off way before the 10-year mark. I don't know how quickly, but yeah. So everything's set up is like this. So I'm thinking I want to put, I don't know, maybe $200? How do we feel about that? Okay, I think that's fine. What loan should I put it towards? I'm kind of feeling maybe this $3,600 one. I'm trying to pick a loan that I can probably also pay off before May 1st. So maybe it would be the $1,600 one. So let's put $200 in there. So that's good. We have $168.69 left. I think I want to put the money in. I want to put some more money in household. I don't know how much. I'm not sure when I'll start using the money in this category. I feel like lately I just don't know what to spend money on, and that's not necessarily a bad thing as long as you're not spending the money. But sometimes I think I just hold myself back too much from spending money, and I don't know. So I don't know quite yet what I'll spend the household money on. Quite frankly, if I reach $175, I might just push the money into the dresser category and spend it on that instead, because they're basically the same thing. Just gonna drive me insane. I hate when you update something in the future month and then it messes up your budget in the current month. I don't need that much money, but like, I don't understand why it's saying I'm underdue. Sometimes YNAB can be really confusing this way. If I add $10, will it fix it? Yes, but it doesn't have a category target here. I'm just gonna go back into April and change this back to 40, leave the $50, and I'll just fix it in April. And then I'm gonna just delete this off of here entirely. Oh, not the emoji. And honestly, the due date too, because they keep changing it. And I'll eventually do it for all these categories, but let's leave it at that for now. So $153.69. Let's go ahead and put let's put, where should I put the money? What do we think? Let's put more money in the emergency fund, because it would be nice to build that up some more. So $50 more, $103.69. And what do we think? Should I go back into April maybe and fund some more of April? That's probably a good decision. But what categories should I do? Subscriptions? YNAB? A lot of these like are just sinking funds, so 2085. Let's just fund those. I need to stop closing these because it's annoying to open them all back up. But I feel like it also looks very messy when I leave them all up. $972.25. Don't clock me. I'm using the calculator. $486.125. Let's also cover. I'm sorry, the ending of these videos gets so scattered because I'm not sure what to put the money towards, which is a good problem to have, I guess. But like, none of these categories are speaking to me. Maybe gifts, just something small, get it out of the way. Okay, so $67.84. Let's put that towards, let's put $50 more towards the student loan. So good progress being made on that. And let's put the rest in household. Don't quote me on it if I take the money out in the next video, because it's just hard to make a decision when you have so many options. Yeah, let's do that. That way if anything, I'm kind of indirectly getting closer to buying a dresser finally. So yeah, all of my money has now been assigned, so that is great. Sometimes it gets a little chaotic at the end, but that's just how budgeting can be. When you have a clear picture of your finances, you realize that you have so many options for how you can allocate every dollar and give every dollar a job. So taking a look into this, I'm fully funded for March. I have less than $1,000 to go, and I'll be fully funded for April, so that'll be great. And I am getting a good head start on my, what category is it? Oh, hold on a second. Let's take this money out of March and put it in February. Some things I like to budget in the actual month. Other things I like to budget ahead. So household is something I would budget in the actual month, since it's basically just getting extra dollars. So yes, we're at the end of February, heading into March. Almost about halfway funded with April. If you can, I have $2,061 in monthly goals for April, so over halfway funded for that. That's great. In March, at the beginning of March, I'll be coming back from my trip to Austin. I did reach my goal of saving $800 for it. It may not look like it because I just spent $15 on buying some supplies, some travel bottles I needed for my hair products. So I did reach my goal though for $800. So when I come back, I will be talking about how much I spent on my vacation. Hopefully $800 or less. And March should be a good month because the weather is going to be great. I'm speaking it into existence. Everything's going to go perfectly. I'm speaking that into existence as well, and I will get out of the winter blues. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave me a like. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below, and I'll be sure to get back to you on that. And I hope you all are having a good February. I hope March is even better for you. And I thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one.